Yeah.
What time is it right now? Eric?
2:15.
2:15, so at 2:45 we stop.
Sure.
Now. Yeah, it's fine. It's just a jump. It's just a jump. All right.
Are we starting with A?
No, we're gonna start. Pick up the E. We're just gonna work it slowly for a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Right there. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Yep. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We got 1, 2, 3, 1. One more time.
I want the whole rest of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're just gonna do the 4 going on, and then we're just gonna work back part of the measure.
Okay.
So we're good. Make sure the 4. 1. I just want the 4. Let's make sure we're all playing together. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 5. Good. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 5. Alright, let's go on this one. 1, 2, 3, 5. Good. One time. Just for me. 1, 2, 3, 5. 2, 3. Alright, can we try having the sex couplet right before? What?
What are you telling
No, I was just doing the bar after.
Oh, okay.
So can we try with the sex couplet pickup? So I'll give you 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That wasn't bad. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We do, I'm gonna skip all the way to H, starting H. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's fine. I played that short. That's supposed to be long. H.
That note should go all the way to 3.
Yeah, okay, my bad. H. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, one more time because Mike sucks. H, 1, 2, 3, do. Yeah, we're getting good on that 4. So let's ignore the double time. Let's go to 3 after G. 1, 2, 3.
That's.
Oh yeah, the 4th bar after G. So
I think you're playing that triple really good. There you go.
everyone know? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Fourth bar.
Just right after the double time.
Okay. Where you have to pick up on the end of 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. One more time. Eric, I think you're still playing the,
This.
no, you're doing that. You're playing that too slow.
Yeah.
Everyone, one more time. Same spot. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Fake your way through the double time lick if you don't know it yet, because that's just fingers. So we'll start all the way back to at the beginning of E. I'll give you 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. E. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Third bar of G, I mean third bar of G this time. Like just play from that third bar of
Just
G.
the last 3 notes of that double time and then going into the triple.
Stop. 1, all together. 1, 2, 3, 1, and 2. It's doing much better. Yeah.
Just wait till we add that extra note.
Yeah.
Those extra.
I found a nice way to practice it. But I use sticks. Right. I just do singles, and then I just add the alternate. But
I think once we have this locked in a little bit more, which we're getting towards, then I don't think like adding extra.
Yeah, that's probably what we do.
no, it won't.
Yeah, like I haven't like listened to this, like I haven't played it like with all the recordings in my ear yet. When I slow it down and play it with it, like some of the things I keep kind of messing up on.
How we doing on time? Start at 15.
It's 2:26.
Okay, so we got 10 more minutes. All right, top of E. Top of E. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
we breathing before the fourth, the quadruplets, or whatever they're called?
I was breathing in the.
Where are we breathing at E? Because there's a lot of places where people are breathing.
So I was breathing in the third, like pickups into the third bar, and then playing all the way through, and then sort of just getting a breath somewhere in the middle of the like fifth, sixth or seventh bar.
Okay, well, we should figure out where we're all gonna breathe.
Yeah, can I suggest something? So, I was just gonna make a comment on the bar before E, but what I think would be best is if we breathe, I mean, I would also breathe where Mike was, so third bar of E where it's a da 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 da.
So
What that allows us to do is then continue to play to the next phrase, and then the bar before F, we all cut that short, but we have no reason to because we have a place to breathe literally the next note when we go da da. So I feel like we should pull that last bar of E through and then breathe after the short note in F. So it would be da 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 da. Push through da da.
You think we'll have time to breathe in between those two?
Oh, easily.
Oh yeah.
So just make sure to write that in that we're breathing before those two triplets going into fourth bar of E.
Oh, I hate a breath right there. I'm not gonna lie.
Where?
Right between the two. Cause here. I like a breath right before us. Yeah.
Alright, so we'll just cut the note short then. It just felt
Yeah,
weird.
just off on three. Right
Okay.
before.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah.
Cause that's a very weird place to hold all the way through.
Yeah, I was just saying because it's a sax solely, like,
Yeah,
and we're at the front, it seems like it makes more sense to play like continuous phrases because eyes are on us and like.
Yeah, but if you cut that note short, it's still gonna be a continuous. It'll be like two continuous phrases.
Yeah, this whole thing is kind of 8-bar phrases, so I feel like it's okay if we breathe it. Let's try it as a group playing that, taking the breath into the triplets,
So that one we settled on.
and then we're gonna try breathing off on three right before F. Make sense? Let's try it. 1, 2, 1, 2,
Need a breath?
We do not. That breath felt so contrived.
Yeah, I just didn't take a breath and I didn't realize it was after.
Okay, we don't need it. Let's just breathe at the end of right before F, and then we go.
Yeah, I feel like. Can we try? Alright, this might be like ridiculous. Can we try that one breath?
Yeah. One breath to where?
E to F.
Yeah, I think we should.
Can we try that?
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It was okay, we didn't all cut off on 3. Hard cut off on 3. Tongue, cut off on the tongue. Can we try yeah, do it again, make sure hard cut off on 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Not bad, not bad. I feel like we have to do interpretations of the time. Can you play once without me? I just want to hear where the time is for you. Right, right, T. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'll give you 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, yeah, it just feels like it's a little too.
I think it's because we're rushing the da 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 da. I think it's because we're rushing that, and then it sets us off for the quarter on the path, and we don't hit it every time.
Yeah,
Like, even though we all take the breath together, I still think that we're rushing was like four minutes.
yeah, I also feel like the time is just a little behind. Like, it's good to play behind the beat, but we're like, right. Can we try it out together, Eddie? Try pushing just a little bit. Or being more in the center of the beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 100% in view. So let's start back at T. The fourth bar of T. 1.
Fourth bar.
Fourth bar. Yes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1. VX. V.
Or, I guess, not the last part, the first one. But yeah, V is in charge.
V is in charge. V is in Mark. One, V. V as in shut up. I'm just kidding.
Why are you such a bully? John, he's bullying me.
I am. V. 1, 2, 3. V. 2. Can we hear, can I just top 4, so everyone except for CJ, right at V? 1, 2, 3, V, 2, 3. So that, is all unison. So can we take that, can we just check each note? So, see the second bar of V, first note? First one, hit it in tune. Ready? One more time. Not bad. Next one. One more time. Perfect. Third note. Last one. No CJ, one more time. V. 1, 2, 3, go. Everyone, one more time. Are we going on time?
V is V-Bucks, 241.
241. Oh shit, we're well over time.
Yeah, so you can stop the video.
No, we have to talk about it now.
Well, we can talk.
But like he literally said
Yeah, 10 minutes.
stop and just talk. So
Alright, I'll bring. Should have enough.
everyone grab a
John, you're being taken on a nice field trip over
Yeah,
to
put the
saxophone
phone
land.
over here where we can see everything.
Thank you. Yep.
Put it at a stand over there.
Sure. Eric Zider.
Just like a reflection.
This shit already has my hair on it. You're not saying it for me, I already claimed it.
Very rude.
That is a
That's
true
what you
fact.
say. So you find it everywhere.
CJ, why are you sitting right in the middle? Because I'm sitting at cross. Alright. So what did we work on?
We worked on Sophie.
Worked on snow.
Snow peas what?
Solely section
Solely
from
section.
E all the way until 5 after X.
Yes. Though not continuously. We skipped. So we skipped after I to all the way to 4th bar of T. So what did we do well?
We came up with mutual breathing points to help the section go life smoother.
Yes, we did.
I think we have really good blending.
We do have a good blend as a section.
Yes, we do.
I agree. I like how full everyone plays. I like how the soprano sits on top but not like buried by the whole section. I think our 4/3 is getting better. I think just more time on it. Will, step a little power mode. Oh, is it out of space?
No, it's low power mode.
Oh, I see.
Did you break it up into 2 videos?
No, it's gonna go the whole time.
Yeah, he said it's not.
Well, you can see
Yeah.
each together.
Yep, so we have a good blind. The 4/3 is going nice. How do we break this down? What do we do? Step by step.
We started at with the 4/3, and we worked backwards from there all the way back to the top of G with the double time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Adding basically a bar or a beat at a time. We started with just the 4, and then we added going on after the 4. Then we added the sextuplet right before it, and just the sextuplet going on. Then we started at H. We worked a little bit of the second half of G, making sure we were all feeling triplets together. Then we talked about breathing at the top of E. Yeah, everything else felt fine. Cool. Any comments from anyone else?
I think we all know now how it's supposed to sound like, and now we're just like beginning to like smooth it out and get it really clean for the concert.
Yep.
Yeah, one thing, I'll say one thing that I liked that we did during the sectional, and I'll say one thing that I think we can still continue to work on, but one thing I think we did well, actually, Mike, I really liked the exercise that you brought in towards the end with like, it not just having everyone play their note to make sure that it was like the right note, but then like hitting it and then sustaining it to make sure that it was in tune. And from that I realized like, oh, like I'm pretty flat on these high notes. And I think that's a really good exercise because it turns an exercise that's normally just like making sure you're playing the right note into something that's applicable to the music that we're actually playing. And so then you're able to see in what passages, or in certain passages that we're playing, like, oh, this note has a tendency to be flat for a specific player, for example, the soprano sax player or whatever. So that's definitely something useful, and I really like that, and I think that going forward, that's something that we should definitely utilize as a section. One thing that I was going to comment on that I think definitely we have work to do, and this is something that's definitely like tough, not just for us, but for every section or for every horn section in the band, is defining the ends of notes. And the reason I say that is because a lot of the times when you get a new chart, it's not always clear based on notation, unless you have -4, -1 written above the end of every single phrase. It's not always clear where notes end. And perhaps that's just something that playing in the UConn big band, like that's just something that you get to know and understand the more you play. But like for me, this is like my first year playing with you guys, and I have trouble sometimes defining where the ends of notes are for every phrase. And so for that reason, I think not just for the saxophones, but just for the horns in general, we should sort of create some sort of uniformity approach so that any chart that we pick up, whether it be one that we're currently practicing or it's one that we're sight reading, there's always at least some uniform way that we all know we're going to go about ending phrases before we even play the tune down. So that's what I have to say about that.
Yeah, I don't know about coming out and devising like a way to definitely know how we're going to do it based on sight reading, because every chart is slightly different.
Yeah, I just mean like a process for figuring out. I'm not saying like,
But
You gotta just play a lot of charts and read a lot of stuff and get like a feel for where notes should be ending, because it depends on also what type of music you're playing. If it's straight ahead, if it's swung, if it's a Latin or Cuban or whatnot. So you have to sort of take it one step at a time, and there's really no way to like give it general like approximation for everything.
yeah, oh no, I wasn't saying, I was just saying, just if we have a process, like literally having a 30-second discussion before we play a chart that said like, oh, this is this type of genre, let's talk about in these sorts of phrases, for example, in Snow Peas, whenever we have something like da 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 da, and every time there's a dotted quarter note, or sorry, a dotted half note, do we want to extend those, or do we want to cut them off on 2, or cut them off on 3, excuse me? Like, I just think like even a quick discussion before we play down the chart or something about that would help. I wasn't saying like,
Sure.
you need to play it the same way no matter what chart it is, but.
Yeah, well, there's also something to be said for sight reading and feeling it out as a section without talking. That's also a big skill.
Because a lot of times you won't be able to talk.
Yeah,
You'll
you
have
just
like
have to
you'll have
go
a
for it.
420 charts in front of you. You can't talk about every single one of them before.
Yeah, it very much becomes like an intuition thing. Like, I think after a certain while, you just get a feel for what is idiomatically appropriate and accurate. Like when we move on to Harlem, it's less about like an algorithmic like approach to like talking about it and saying like, okay, maybe this one should be one of those, and it's more about like which one, like, you know, this one, this is how I feel it, you know. So that's but no, I agree. We definitely need to work on how we technically clip the end of notes, because I notice a lot of us don't definitely end the note.
Right. Well, what I was saying, this is just a suggestion, like this is just the way I feel, but like, even though we might be able to individually feel it out and say this feels right, we're all not going to have agreements 100% of the time on where we want to clip notes up. So that's why I'm saying discussions are important, because if we all just say play it down and feel it out, not everyone's going to have a uniform way to end notes.
Right.
Agreements. So
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. Just my
I
opinion.
agree.
That's all.
I agree, and that's what rehearsal time is for.
Yep.
And that's what this type of time is for. So clipping notes off, that's a big thing. Make sure we're not bleeding over. We worked in T to X a bunch, making sure that we were playing the right rhythms first of all, because we all have a tendency to play that 1/8 note triplet as like a weird quarter note thing. We worked on some unison intonation. And that's it. Any other further comments?
I think at X where it says very even, I think we did good there because it did sound very even.
Thank you, Valerie.
I'm just trying to help.
No, I agree. That was a good comment.
Eric Simon.
I was looking at
Did
you.
you just call him Aaron?
I said Eric. It's been a long day.
It's been a long day.
All right, we good?
I think we're
Yeah, I don't think
You
John
can
needs to
stop.
hear this.
All right, John. Have a good rest of your day.
Bye, John.
Oh wait, hang on.